G'day everyone, so finally an S600 update video. People keep asking me for them. Doing a video every week is making it very hard to get things like the S600 and bigger projects and stuff like that done. I'm going to stick to doing a video a week till I get to my goal that I set of 10,000 subscribers, but after that I might slow down the videos every week, but we'll be doing bigger stuff. So I've got the S600, there's a lot of progress on that. I have been working on it in the background, but it's not like a week's video in a go, so I can't really do videos on it. But I have a really cool project coming up with the drift car, which hasn't been on the channel for ages and everyone's wanted to see it, so that's going to be sick. Make sure you subscribe to see that. But what we're doing tonight is I've been fixing up the S600 slowly, and I keep seeing bits come up for sale and wondering if I need that, because those boxes up there are all S600 parts. This pile of stuff on the ground here is S600 parts. Then obviously there's the S600 over in the corner, which has also got a bunch of parts in it. And I don't know what I actually got with the car. Apparently most of it is there, which seems correct. What I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to start pulling these boxes down. I'm going to go through it. I'm going to write down what I've got. And hopefully any bits that I can't work out, you might be able to help me recognise, and hopefully you can work out what most of it is. But I don't think we'll get through all 6 boxes or the chassis tonight, but we'll see how many we can get through, and hopefully everyone's able to give me a hand and be like, that's this piece, you idiot, you should have known that. But yeah, let's get started. S600 Gearbox, I got 2 of these, which is nice. Look at how little tiny it is. Lightest gearbox ever. I'm going to start with these 2, mainly just because they're the easiest 2 to get to. Okay, so I've got my computer here so I can make a spreadsheet of what I've got. I guess we'll start with box number 1. 2 window mechanism. Brake drum. That is a bonnet hinge. Okay, put that aside. That's a bracket for something. It looks like a handbrake. That's what I thought when I found these to start with, but I'm pretty sure they've got a broken off bolt in the end. Are they bumper brackets? I'm not sure. I'm going to put those aside. Mystery bracket, let's label it as mystery. Another brake drum. This one's been painted black for some reason. So, brake drum. Brake drum. I can see another brake drum down there, so there's 5 brake drums in that box. Ugh. Starter motor. S600 has a really weird starter motor setup. You can see it's got a section for planetary gears, but that's good. It's got a wire on it. We'll mark that down. That's a engine like a big end bearing off a crank. I don't really know if I even need that, but we'll call it that. Big end? No, it's like the main bearing, not the. It's not off the con rod. It's off the other end. So this is a hydraulic line going into a switch. No, they're terminals. I'm guessing it's a brake light switch, but it's weird to use hydraulic pressure for brake lights, but maybe that's what it is. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I'm going to call it a brake light switch. Those are the seals that go around the bottom of the door sills. There's a clutch and a flywheel. A clutch with the oh wow, it's multi. It's got, like, it's a multi-disc clutch. Wait, no it's not. What is going on? That is weird. Wait, does it come apart? It's not bolted together, but... Okay, I'm just going to call that pressure plate. Pretty sure that's the flywheel. It's not part of the clutch. Pressure plate, flywheel, clutch disc. Pressure plate, flywheel, clutch disc. There's the other drum. We've already marked that one down. That's another bonnet hinge. Do they have a left and a right? No, they both look the same. So you've got 2 bonnet hinges. Small hard line. I'm going to call it... I think I'll call it hydraulic line, because I could have hard fuel lines or hard vacuum lines, but this is definitely a hard hydraulic line. So I'm going to say hard hydraulic line. There's also one of them attached to the... No, they're separate. No, we'll just say hard hydraulic line. There's a snapped off end for a hydraulic line. I don't even think I'm going to bother labelling that. This, I don't know why it's in a bag. Radiator fan. I like how little it is. I like that it's cast aluminium. This would do a really good job of chopping your fingers off. This looks... I'm pretty sure this is the cam chain tensioner. And that's also a cam chain tensioner. I'm pretty sure there's only 1 cam chain tensioner in this engine, but apparently I have 2, plus the fully assembled engine I have, which would have another one in it, I assume. These are... Has this got a replacement gear? So, these things go bad on all of these, and you can see this one here. Where's the camera? has all the like teeth. It goes all brittle and falling apart, and this one's not like that, and it's not even cracked or anything, so maybe it's an aftermarket one, or maybe not. I don't know, but pretty sure they're cam chain tensioners, so I'll mark those as such. Okay. Oh, I know what this is. So the big end, as you know, S600s are roller bearing cranks. This is the bearing out of this big end, so this is probably 99.9% chance garbage, and also that, which looks like a flywheel spacer. We'll just call this big end bearing and flywheel spacer. Oh, there's another, it's like another flywheel spacer with a bunch of flywheel bolts that go with it. The last thing to look at is this box, which has fancy stuff in it. So we got, these are front indicator lenses. There's 3 of those. I'm guessing this is the base for the, sorry, these are the Parker light lenses. This is obviously the indicator, and I'm pretty sure these are like reproduction ones, or new old stock or something, which is pretty cool. They're new and they definitely look brand new. This one's like in a bag, but I'm pretty sure they match up with this, which they do, and they go on there. Yeah, so these are the front indicators. They're definitely not the back. Yeah, these are the front. So I'm going to say 2 front indicator lenses, I guess 2 front indicator chrome trim, and 2 front indicator globe holders. Okay, so I can chuck all this stuff back in its box. These 2 things. First, mystery items. Box number 1, next box. I even got the big fat box texter so I can write number 1 on it. Right, number 2, begin. There is not much in here. Alright, that's obviously a headlight bucket. I guess it's a headlight bucket, but it's got other bits in it. We'll label it as headlight bucket. This is the wiper, like windscreen wiper mechanism. This is one of the things that the guy I got it off had restored, but he didn't like prep it, so you can literally just like push the paint off and it just sort of falls off. So that'll be getting redone, but we'll mark that down. We'll call it wiper mechanism and wiper motor separately, I guess. That is a diff mount. We'll call it diff mount, they're separate bits. Diff mount bush and diff mount bracket. Oh, in saying that, the studs are snapped off at both of them, but we can fix that later. Should I even bother writing this down? Radiator hose, because it's probably not going back on the car. I'll write it down, I guess. So this looks like a spring seat, but it only has springs on the back. The front is torsion bars. I don't really know what that is. If anyone knows what this weird circle thing with holes in it is, there's multiple of them, let me know in the comments, because I don't know. I think that's the cover off the torsion bar mount thing. We'll label it that. There's a light in here. This does not look like it's off an S. It says Hella, and it says made in New Zealand. Okay, this is not an S600 part, so I was like, it kind of looks like a rear indicator, but it's not. So that can go not back in the S600 box, I guess. All right, we're getting into the depths of lame stuff in this box. These things are, the square rubber things, are bushes for the body to mount. I'm thinking when I assemble it, I might be able to make thinner ones of these or take them out to give it like a body drop, make it look lower than it is, but we'll get to that when we get to that. But for now, let's just count how many of them there are and write it down. Surely the car doesn't actually have this many in it, but maybe it does. There's 22 of these things all up. I'm just labeling them as square bush because I don't know what they are. I'm pretty sure these are body mount bolts. Yeah, they got that weird sleeve around them. I've seen people talking about these on the Facebook pages, because apparently it's a big deal about having the right ones with this little plastic thing on it, but I'm pretty sure in about 10 seconds on a lathe you could make something, or just find something at the hardware store that would also hold the body on like this bolt will. But I digress. Body mount bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 13, 14, 15, 23. 23 body mount bolts. Is there really 23 body mounts? I'm sure there's not that many body mounts on the car. I think there's like 8, but whatever, 23. I have one brake pad that is probably asbestos. This is a horn in a bag that says front bar, but as you've already seen in one of my other videos, I already fixed up the S600 horn, so it's definitely not off the S600, it's just given to me. Oh, it says Nissan on it, so it's definitely not off the S600, it's a Nissan horn, so whatever. That can also not go back in this box. That can go over there with the Hella light. There's this thing. This looks like a tool. Well, it is a tool, I'm pretty sure it's a tool, but if it's out of a Honda tool bag, it should have a little HM like Honda Motors logo on it, Honda Motors, and it does not. but it has, I don't know where that's from. It's not from a Honda though, so if you recognise where this tool came from, let me know, because it looks kind of old. That is a, what's it, yeah, that's a lower controller, well, that's a suspension pivot, let's just call it suspension pivot. I don't know what this is. This looks like it's a adjustable piece of like suspension, and this black with orange paint underneath it is the same colour as a bunch of the other stuff on this car has been painted. Like where the like you can see on the car, on this torsion bar cover, it's got the same thing. So it's definitely off the front suspension, but I don't recognise it, which is kind of weird because I've already stripped down the front suspension. So I'll mark it down as front suspension eccentric bolt, but I don't actually know where it goes. Eccentric sus bolt. Right, this thing, a little bellows that is completely rusted solid. I don't know if this is off the S600 either, so if that looks like an S600 part to you, let me know. And the rest of this stuff, that's a headlight. We'll label that headlight harness. There's one of these attached to the headlight bucket as well on the back here, so I'll write down that I have 2 of those. That's part of the handbrake mechanism to like stop the shoes retracting back or something, or it pushes the shoes out, but that's handbrake mechanism lever. Shoe handbrake lever. And then that looks like another one of those hydraulic brake switches that we found in the other box, so I have 2 of those, both of which are very corroded looking. And the rest of the stuff in this box is just more rubber bushes that are all perished and shit looking, so they can just stay in there, not gonna bother counting them. That's box number 2 down already. This is going faster than I expected. Box number 3. Oh, we actually have like recognisable nice pieces like hubcaps. This one's very dented. Oh wow, this one's even more dented. Oh, these are not going to be fun to try and fix. Well, speaking of fixing, if there's any bits in here you do want to see me try and do a little video on in the meantime, let me know, because I'll be doing videos at some point. But for now, hubcaps, how many are there? 2, 3, 4. Oh, someone drilled a hole in this one. That's gonna, okay, this one's the hardest one to fix. This one's the least dented, but it's got a hole in it. Oh, I have a lot more light buckets as well. Hang on, wait, we're getting distracted. We're counting hubcaps. Is that a hubcap? Okay, we have 4 hubcaps. We have 1 light bucket. Wow, this one's really rusty. So I've got 1 super rusty light bucket. I don't think they're supposed to have holes in them. We'll go 1 light bucket, 2nd light bucket, which is not rusted through and has a loom attached to it. 3 headlight buckets. Oh wow, oh, 60s goo. Okay, cool. These ones are not all so rusty that I can't use them. I'm just going to say 3 headlight buckets. We've got 2 headlights, sealed beam. I thought they might have had like a cool Japanese brand on them, but this one's General. Wow, this one's like a GE General Electric one. It's got the old GE logo on it. That's pretty cool. Is there a date on them? Made in Canada, General Electric Co. What about this one? This one doesn't have a brand. This one just says, oh wait, Toshiba. Wow, that's cool. Toshiba? Wow, I've never seen a Toshiba. I don't know what to say. I've never seen a Toshiba logo that old before. It's in the center if you can even read it. It's pretty cool. I wish there was a date or something on it. I wonder if this is an original one. There was like something etched into the top of it. It says 12 to 16 volt, 50-40 watt, Toshiba, 68 maybe? I definitely haven't seen that Toshiba logo before. It's cool. Anyway, 2 headlights. I guess this goes in the back of the headlight bucket, like this one here already has in it, but I already called these pieces headlight bucket, so I'm just going to put this in the headlight bucket and pretend that I already wrote it down. That is either the bonnet latch or the boot latch. Pretty sure it's the bonnet latch, so we'll go 1 times bonnet latch. A hub, a loose hub with no bearing in it. Pretty sure it's a front hub. These are both front shocks, probably in terrible condition like all my other front shocks. Oh wait, maybe these ones aren't as stuffed. The other ones you can just like in and out, but they're either seized or they're okay. So front shocks times 2. Either way, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be putting coilovers in the car anyway. That is, oh, that's it's very rusted away. The corner of it's missing. That is the tail light. So I think the bottom one is the indicator, and or whichever way around, one's the indicator and one's the brake light. There's only one in here, and I don't have the lens. I'm pretty sure that is something I'm missing. I'm missing tail light lenses and apparently the whole tail light, and there's not much. Looks like something's chewed the bottom off it, but it's just rusted. So tail light globe holder 1. Now, The 1960s wiring bird's nest. Is this 2 sets of wire or just 1? It's 1. Is this the engine or the body? I think it's the body. So I'm going to guess it's the body purely based off these little globes. There's like a little globe here, and there's a little globe here, a little globe here. I'm guessing those are like to light the dash instruments up, because they're too small to be... Oh, that's a separate loom. Never mind. Wait, is it separate? It's... No, it is separate. Okay, I'm going to call this dashboard loom because it's got lots of little bulbs in it, and I'm guessing that's what it's for. These look like they're wrapped in silver duct tape, but that is actually the factory wrapping. I've seen a few pictures. Oh, there you go. There's a date on it. 1964. That's pretty cool. This, considering this is from 1964, the insulation on this has held up way better than a lot of my modern cars. Oh, okay. This is another separate one. Oh, this one is a bit... Someone's unwrapped this one. And, they've just given it the snip at the end instead of putting a... Okay, I reckon this is either tail lights or headlights, because where'd that tail light globe thing... This doesn't have like plugs, it just uses these little spade connectors, and there's 5 on there. I'm going to take a guess. I'm going to call this tail light loom, but put a question mark at the end of it. If anyone can shed some light, that would be great. Now this one here is the big one out of there. Someone's marked it and it says dash, but I already decided the one with little bulbs in it is dash. So let's call this one dash, and the one with little bulbs, we'll call it gauges loom. It's definitely pretty long. I wonder if... I assume this goes through the firewall to the engine or something, but it's got a lot of stuff. Considering this car has like 3 bulbs and 1 switch in the whole freaking car, it has a lot of wires in it. But yeah, we'll chuck all this stuff back in the box now, I guess. I meant to add this bucket has a headlight loom on it, so I'm going to write that down as another headlight loom. Alright, so that's 3 out of the 6 boxes looked through. Then I'm going to give it a rest for tonight and start editing the video. But hopefully that was interesting. It was interesting for me. I had to do it anyway because I really wanted to see what was in there. But if you recognise any of those parts that I couldn't work out what they were, please let me know. And not next video, but the next couple of videos I'll probably go through the other 3 boxes, and I also have the car to go through and the chassis to go through, and then I'll have a good idea of what I actually have, and when I see bits come up for sale I can work out whether I have them or don't have them or need them or whatever. So more updates to come. I'm working hard, 10,000 subscribers, help me get there, and I'll see everybody in the next video. Thank you very much.